I'm a lazy workaholic.
Okay, lazy workaholic. You got to say more about that.
I'll say I like the moment of revelation. So we're working on something. It's just okay. It's boring. I'd probably rather not be there. That's how it feels. But then something happens. And it's like magic. Like something appears. It's not like we made it. It's like something is conjured in the process. That's like a miracle. And that's the thing that's addictive. That's the feeling, that moment of discovery where it goes from nothing to something really good. It's this moment in time where something magical happens. So we spend a lot of time waiting for those. And I can't say that's fun. It's not fun. It's just like takes a lot of patience.
Force yourself to do it.
Yeah. The reason we're on this planet is to do our work, whatever that is, whatever our part is, to play our part in this giant symphony. When it goes from the thing you love to the thing you do for work, it's an issue. We can live in a way where we're living in an artful way, where we're engaged and paying attention, making each choice count, or we can live almost like sleepwalking through the day. In service to the audience, they have to come last.
Yeah.
If we're trying to make it for them, it won't be the best thing it can get. It'll water it down. The process of making something for someone else undermines it.
Many people approach art with a hidden agenda, the desire to be accepted. But when approval becomes the mission, the art loses its soul. The need for acceptance is also present in everyday life. What's ironic is that acceptance comes most naturally when we stop trying to please and simply allow ourselves to be who we are.
People like to be accepted. People want to be accepted. And I'm suggesting in the book that the best way to be accepted is to be yourself. It's not to change yourself to what someone else thinks. First of all, you don't really know what someone else thinks. And if you're not genuine to yourself, there's like nothing is there. It's just a projection or a mask. It's not true. And there's something about authenticity. The only way we can learn anything is through the reality of seeing what's around us and learning there are these different points of view around us. If we're all thinking the same thing, it's boring. Why would we make anything if everyone thinks the same thing? What makes us interesting are the differences. And even the imperfections. You know, you may hear a song about someone who has terrible heartbreak, and you may not be experiencing terrible heartbreak. But hearing them honestly talk about a human experience, even one that we're not having, can make us cry, can make us resonate with them, can give us a better understanding of the world.
Absolutely.
And we're not all everything, you know, we're all only us. Each of us is ourselves.
What makes art beautiful is the unique perspective we have on the world as individuals. There is no right or wrong way to see the world. Just like there is no right or wrong way to create art, make decisions, or live life. We are all expressions of the universe, and the most important thing we can do is express ourselves authentically.
I don't know what other people are going to think. I can't know what other people are going to think. But this is how I see it. And I want to show you how I see it. That's my purpose here on the planet, is to show you how I see it. And then I want to see how you see it. And where do they line up and where are they different? And that's how we make sense of the world. We all have a story. We all have something to say, and we can all learn from each other. And it comes from each of our life experiences, which are different. We each have our own family origin story. We each have our own places that we grew up, the things that we saw. We could go and do the same thing together and then get back and discuss what we saw and see two completely different things. And it's not like one of us is right, one of us is wrong. We're just noticing different things. There's so many data points to take in, and we each take in the ones that speak to us.
Everything Rick is saying boils down to one common message: follow your inner guide.
Don't do things just because you think you're going to get something for it. That's not why we do things.
Yeah.
Do what's interesting to you. Follow what's interesting. Don't worry about the outcome.
Yeah.
We don't know. We can't predict the outcome. We can never predict the outcome. Follow your own inner guide. It directs us. It might not make sense. It might not make sense to us. Might not make sense to anyone else. Certainly won't make sense to anyone else. But it might not even make sense to us. And that's okay. Listen to yourself. Why is it telling you this?
So many of us silence that quiet voice inside, the one that already knows the way. And when we ignore it, we create struggles that were never meant to exist. But why do we do this to ourselves? Rick suggests that it is because we don't realize we are in control of our own lives. We make decision after decision in fear of an outcome that may not even exist, when in reality, the life we want is waiting on the other side of trust.
We are in control of our own lives. We often don't realize we're in control, and we can make different choices. And if the things in our life are not bringing us joy and happiness, if our career that we've devoted all of our lives to isn't bringing us joy, we can change them. If we decide our relationship is not the right relationship, we don't have to suffer in that relationship. We have our own power, and we can make a change, and it takes courage. But it's in everyone's best interest for us to take care of ourselves, to be in a relationship or in a job where you're phoning it in because you think it's your responsibility to do the job. There's probably someone who would do that job with passion and bring more to it than you are. And if you feel depressed and you can't manage the life you're in, you can go move to another part of the world. You can live on a beach. There's so many options available to us that we don't, we're stuck in our small story of who we are and what our lives are. And it's all a choice, and we have the power to change it. Anything in our lives that doesn't give us joy, we can change, and we can find the version that suits us. And it's not only in service to us, it's ultimately what's best for everyone.
There's a common illusion that taking control of our lives requires us to be someone extraordinary. The same illusion often surrounds the act of creating art.
I think there's a mythology that the people who make things that we love are special people, and that we think that they're, the people on Mount Olympus, and they're these magic people who are geniuses, and then there's the rest of us. And that's not the case. It's like we're all just people. We're all doing our best. We all are good at some things, not good at other things. We're humans, and sometimes we find a way to make something beautiful. But that's it. There are no special people, really. We're all special.
Sometimes people spend their entire lives chasing recognition, trying to achieve something big enough to finally feel worthy. They think that once they hit that peak, all their problems will disappear. This was not the case for Rick.
My first memory of outward success came when the first Beastie Boys album, Licensed to Ill, was the #1 album in the country. The call came, how do you feel? You have the #1 album in the country. And I remember saying, I've never been more unhappy in my life. And I think we mistakenly think some kind of outward success is going to change something in us, and it does not. It may make life more comfortable, but it doesn't change who we are. Let's say you spend 20 years of your life working towards a goal that's going to solve everything. And then you finally achieve what you've been trying to do for 20 years, toiling away. I won't have any fun because I'm working for 20 years for this end. And then you get that end and nothing changes. That's when you get hopeless. So it's not uncommon to see very successful artists who are very unhappy in life because they're working towards the thing that's going to make them feel better. And it does not make them feel better. We don't know what's going to make us happy. We're trying to fill something that maybe can't be filled through material or cultural success. It's something else. It's some internal thing.
Many people believe that happiness comes from external achievements. Yet when we look inward, we discover that true purpose arises from within. There's also a widespread misconception that living that purpose is tied to career milestones. However, this is not the case.
Maybe your job is your job, and the job is the thing that supports you. And then the rest of your waking hours are devoted to your purpose, whatever that is. I would say if you need to have a job to support yourself, that's great. That's a noble thing to do. And follow your dreams. But I'm not saying they're one thing.
Yes.
They don't have to be one thing. And don't let following your dreams undermine your ability to support yourself. It could actually do the opposite. If you decide, I want to be a comedian and I'm putting all my eggs in the comedian basket and I'm going to be a comedian, the pressure of having to support yourself will change you as a comedian, not for the better. You want the stability of being able to take care of yourself in the world, to be free to do whatever your passion is, whatever it is.
Do you play instruments?
Barely.
Do you know how to work a soundboard?
No, I have no technical ability, and I know nothing about music. Knowing how it works isn't what makes it work. Isn't the magic of it isn't how it works. The magic is the magic. Coming up with a story with the purpose of pleasing someone else is a skill set. It's more of a commercial endeavor than an artistic endeavor. And the call came, how do you feel? You have the #1 album in the country. And I remember saying, I've never been more unhappy in my life.
So what are you being paid for?
The confidence that I have in my taste and my ability to express what I feel has proven helpful for artists.
Rick Rubin is a creative genius. He's produced a vast variety of artists, including the Beastie Boys, the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Eminem, Adele, and even Johnny Cash. With a track record like his, he is arguably one of the most influential music producers of all time. Although known for his music production, his recent book, The Creative Act, has garnered huge attention. The subtitle of the book is A Way of Being, and I can't think of a better way to describe Rick's creative relationship with the universe. Here he compares the creative process of life to riding a wave.
The universe is pushing us in a direction, and we can ride with that energy. And like when you're surfing, if you really try to fight the wave, it's probably not going to work. We try to use the power of the wave where we're almost dancing with the wave, not against the wave. And that's the work of creativity as well. Certain projects come together very easily, and they happen quickly, and they have a momentum to them, and others are a real fight. Sometimes we fight that fight, and other times we decide, is there a path of less resistance around this? Is there a better way in? Let's rethink, if it's so hard, something's up. Not supposed to be so hard. Again, it's wildly time-consuming, takes a great deal of focus, takes patience. But if there are no signs that something's working for a long time, that might be a time to step back, step away.
Rick speaks of the things we make as reflections of our being. No one will create the same thing as someone else. He mentions the importance of staying true to yourself, letting your ideas flow through you, and being sure not to compare yourself to others in the process.
The things we make are a reflection of who we are in this moment. And that's all it is. It can go on and mean more than that, but that's not in our control. And it's something that cripples artists, thinking, I have to make the greatest thing ever made to humankind, and then they basically psych themselves out of being able to make something good. They give into the pressure of thinking it's more than it is. We all imagine such different worlds, and it's why if we don't make the thing we want to make, if someone else's antenna's more tuned to ours, and they pick up the same source material, the thing they make, it's not going to be the same thing we would make. No one can do our part. There's a great benefit in taking a risk, making the thing that's interesting to you, sharing it with the world, because if you don't do it, nobody else will. You're the only one who can make the art that you can make. And it's not in competition with anyone else. There is no competition. There's no competition who has a better picture in their head. It's a reflection of you. Everything that you make is a reflection of who you are. And how you live in the world will impact the things that you make. And I wish the best of luck on the journey in making beautiful things that we can all enjoy.
And audiences have enjoyed Rubin's work. With an immense amount of listeners worldwide, I am curious how he views the audience and what kind of influence they might have on his work.
The audience comes last in service to the audience. The audience wants the best thing. They don't get the best thing while you're trying to service them. They get the best thing when you're servicing yourself, when you're true to who you are. And the more you can trust yourself as an artist, in my case, every decision I've made, from working in a different genre than I started in, every time I do something different or new, I'm always told not to do it. I'm always told it's a terrible idea. But I know it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. I know what I know, and my job is to share what I know. That's all I can do. Right. I can't second guess myself. Steve Jobs said, famously, the consumer doesn't know what they want.
Until you make it.
Yeah.
Despite his success, Rick has suffered from depression over the years. He got to a point in his 30s when it seemed like all hope was lost, although what appeared to be a closed door led to an awakening experience in Malibu.
I've suffered with depression at different times in my life. The mystical piece was, in the throes of the depression, one of the things that would help me, I would drive to Malibu, and we had a little house, a tiny little shack on the beach, and that I was renting, and I would sit in that house, and usually I would get some of the heaviness would lift. So one day I went to Malibu, nothing, listened to classical music, relaxed, meditated for hours, did all the things that would help get me out, and nothing got me out, and I was devastated. And in that moment of hopelessness, I prayed, universe, please give me a sign. Please give me a sign to go on, because I don't think I can go on. Please give me a sign. And I walked out to the beach, which was something I never did, or rarely did. I walked out to the beach, and I'm standing out on the beach, and in 1 minute, the entire sky turned into the most dramatic, orange, wild, biblical painting. I have never seen anything like it up till that moment, never seen anything like it since. I walk out, I experience that. It blows my mind. I feel like my answer is, I'm being spoken to. And then within a minute, gone back to normal blue sky. I felt less alone. I felt like I could, my cry for help was heard, and I felt connected, and that felt really good.
Taking from his mystical experience, Rick mentions that the answers to our problems don't all come from inside of us. If we remain conscious, we can find solutions by simply being open to the influence of the outside world.
It's helpful to know the information we need doesn't all come from inside of us. Maybe none of it comes from inside of us. Maybe it all comes from outside of us. And whether that be mystical, physical, or practical, I've had experiences where I'm looking for an answer for something, curious, holding it lightly in my consciousness, not working on it, just I know there's this problem to be solved. And then I'll be out and something will happen in the world directly related to answer the question. It doesn't happen once in a while, it happens all the time. If you're open to the communication, we're getting information all the time. There's so much more information coming at us than we can digest that we pick and choose unconsciously certain data points, and then based on those data points, we make up a story about what happens. It's different for everybody. There's so much wisdom all around us all of the time, coming in the form of nature, the culture, people speaking at a coffee shop, overhearing a conversation. If you're open and if you're paying attention, and I would even go further to say, and if you invite it, it might work even better. I don't know if that's true, but why not? Yeah. And because of the subtle nature of the information that we're looking for, it's not getting shouted at us. It's the thing that if you weren't really quiet and really paying attention, you would likely miss. So we have to quiet ourselves, and we have to live in this constant state of looking for clues, looking for information. What can I learn? What shapes align? Where are there connections? If I look deeper, what's happening? That's the practice. Yeah. And there are some suggestions of things that you can do to get there. For me, meditation is a key. It may not be everyone's. That's the other point of this, is we all function in different ways. We each have to find what works for us and try things and see what works.
There's certain choices we make in life that most people wouldn't view as being creative decisions, as well as people we meet that we wouldn't necessarily consider artists. But Rick has the intriguing view of simple everyday tasks being creative choices, with these choices contributing to a bigger universal picture devised by artists.
All of us make creative choices every day of our lives. We've driven the same route every day and we decide to take the scenic route. That's a creative choice. If we're paying attention, and if you happen to notice something that day on the scenic route that you didn't notice before, and that ends up helping you in the thing that you're working on, maybe it's a coincidence, but when you come to expect it to happen, it happens all the time. Be prepared to be awestruck and surprised on a regular basis by things that you would never imagine happening. Also, you feel like you're part of this bigger thing. We think of ourselves as the conductor, but we're not the conductor. We're an orchestra member being conducted. And we're part of this bigger thing that's going on, and it works like clockwork. Every one of us plays part, and we all have our part to play. So when someone says, I'm not artistic or I'm not good at art, it'd be like saying I'm not a good monk. There is no such thing as not a good monk. You're either living your life as a monk or you're not living your life as a monk. Monks aren't good or bad. You're either doing a monk or you're not doing a monk. And we all live as artists, but we don't know it. And there are things we can do to amplify the artistic side of ourselves that will make everything we do better. Everything. Your relationships, your ability to communicate, your ability to listen, your joy of life, your feeling of connection, your ability to commune with nature. It's like taking off blinders. My only goal is to make something that I like. It's like a dance between being wildly open and vulnerable and commitment to do whatever it takes to get your work through. And it's not about perfection. That's the thing. It's like humanity breathes in the mistakes. It's the frayed edges that make it interesting. If you're tapped into the universe, it tells you, it directs you. All we are is made up of everything we take in. So really curate what comes in for your highest good. I came to realize recently what great means. And I've come to realize that great means...
What if the goal was never perfection? What if the goal was simply honesty? In a world obsessed with outcomes, Rick Rubin reminds us of something simple yet profound. That creation begins with listening. Listening to yourself, listening to what moves you, and not listening to what others think, unless it serves the art from your point of view.
I'm confident with artistic expression because my only goal is to make something that I like. And I know that I can keep working on it until I like it. In some ways, there's no pressure. It turns out that when you make something truly for yourself, you're doing the best thing you possibly can for the audience. If you go to the movies, so many big movies just not good. It's because they're not being made by a person who cares about it. They're being made by people who are trying to make something that they think someone else is going to like. And that's not how art works. That's something else. It's not art. That's commerce. If you don't make money, or if you do make money, that has nothing to do with the art. Art is the art, and then whatever happens after, happens after. If you make something that you love, I know if I make something I love, if more people like it, that's only a good thing. Now, I wouldn't change a word of it for someone else to like it. I make the thing I love and then present it to the world. And then if the world likes it, great. And if more people like it than less, better. Why not? We're sharing something we love, something we think is beautiful.
Yeah.
But again, I would never change it for anyone else because that's not what it's about. It's almost like a diary entry. Could I be concerned that someone else might not like my diary entry? It doesn't make sense. You know, it has nothing to do with them. My diary entry has nothing to do with anyone else. So everything we make as artists are essentially diary entries.
When you stop trying to please the world, the work becomes more human. Not something designed to be consumed, but something meant to be expressed. This kind of honesty demands vulnerability.
There's a vulnerability required for the artist that if you're confident to the point that it disguises your vulnerability, that doesn't work. So it's like a dance between being wildly open and vulnerable and commitment to do whatever it takes to get your work through. That combination, which is a difficult combination. And it's not about perfection. That's the thing. It's like humanity breathes in the mistakes, you know, it's what's not ordinary. If it was machine-like perfect, it's not so interesting. It's cookie cutter.
Right.
It's all the same. So it's the edges, it's the frayed edges that make it interesting.
Vulnerability is not weakness. It's the entry point to creating authentically. The cracks, the rough edges, that's where life leaks in. When something is too polished, too controlled, it loses its pulse. Those imperfections don't appear randomly. They're shaped by everything we absorb.
All we are is made up of everything we take in. So the places we're in, the people we're around, the media we consume, that's all we are. So really curate what comes in for your highest good.
When you become aware of what's shaping you, you're able to curate your intentions more easily. And through the shaping of our intentions comes the manifestation of our reality.
I feel like it has to do with the purity of the intention behind what you're doing. If your intention is pure and you're doing it for the right reasons, it seems like things tend to work out. And that ends up being a manifestation mindset, but it didn't start for me that way. It just was like, I really believe in what I'm doing. I really care about it. I want it to be the best it could be for me, and I'm excited to share it. And the results have shown me that you can manifest things. It happens. But I'll say when I do it, it's never based on the outcome. I'm never asking for a result. I'm asking to rise to the occasion, to make the best thing that I can, for the thing that I make to be great. Great is a vague word. Most of my life I was aiming for great, but I didn't know what that was. And I've come to realize that great means it's a devotional kind of greatness. It's a gift to the universe. It's a gift to God. If you're making a gift to God, you can't put more into it than that. You know, you can't, what about the single? What about What about what someone's going to say? Who has anything to say if we're making a gift for God? You're putting all of your purest intention into this thing for the universe.
Wow.
That's where it's at. And it's a gift of yourself to God. It's like, this is the best I can do. This is my offering. This is what I have to offer.
When creation becomes devotion, fear disappears. There's no audience to impress, no outcome to control. As a result, the universe often clears a path of least resistance.
If you're tapped into the universe, it tells you, it directs you. An example, I may have 3 different ideas that I'm excited about, and I kind of get them all going. And then one of them just seems to take off on its own. And one of them, no matter how hard I work on it, it never seems to come together. Can't find the right collaborators, impossible, some obstacles in the way. When that happens, I feel like it's the universe saying now's not the time. I'm not saying to turn away from the obstacle, but I'm saying when the obstacles become insurmountable consistently, and there's another path that's going smoothly, and you feel the same about both of them, pay attention. See when is the universe giving you a push? When is the wind hitting your sails the right way? There's something to it. I would never suggest not fighting through the work. It's grueling no matter what. It's grueling no matter what. That said, sometimes it feels like now's not the time.
As Rick says, the work is grueling no matter what. And even when you make it through, when the doors finally open, success can arrive without bringing the feeling you thought it would.
Nobody prepares you for success, and you may have a dream of what it's like, and you may think the success is gonna fill some hole you have in your soul, and then and you work your whole life for this success that's gonna fill the hole, and finally you get the success and the hole's the same, and it creates hopelessness, because you're working towards this goal that's gonna fix the problem. But the goal doesn't fix the problem. I can't say never, but I would say almost never fixes the problem.
What fixes the problem for people?
It's something else.
Yeah.
It's something inside themselves. It's something inside themselves.
When external answers fall short, the search turns inward, toward the still place beneath the thoughts, the part of you that doesn't need to become anything.
Without meditation, I don't know who I would be. It's such a big part of who I am. Informed so many, everything. My understanding of the world is based on learning to meditate when I was young. So I don't know who I would be without that. It provides a quiet space. You realize that your thoughts are not you, and that left to your own devices, there'll be a lot of voices in your head just going all the time, and they're not you, and they don't mean anything, and they're really repetitious, and they're not working in your best interest.
So if your thoughts aren't you, then what are you?
I suppose you are the unchanging part of yourself that's always there, probably from the time you're born till the time you die, and maybe before and after. It's what's really inside. It's not changeable. It's what you came with.
The source is the organizing principle of everything that we experience. So why does the grass grow? Why are the trees here? Why are we here? Why is everything here? Going back to the origination of everything, I call the source. It's like a universal wisdom, let's say. A generative force might be a better way to say it. we're always in collaboration with everything around us. Like, we're never a solo artist. The birds are duetting with us right now. We don't have a choice.
Rick Rubin speaks of the source as an ever-present creative force, something constant, quietly flowing through all aspects of life. When we slow down enough to truly connect with our surroundings, we begin to tap into it. In those moments, new doors can open that propel innovative ideas. It's often through our connection with nature that this alignment becomes possible.
I think any practice that keeps you connected, keeps you grounded and rooted to what's happening, and paying attention to the beauty of the world around you is really good. Like, instead of being inside, going outside, going for a walk, and paying attention to the majesty of nature seems to be a really good thing to remind us of our place in the world. Different than, looking at a screen. It's just a different experience. As you were talking, I heard the bird chirping, a bee flew past me, and I heard the buzz of the bee, and it places me here. It's like I'm not in my head, I'm here. And it's like everything's a reminder to be alive, to pay attention. It's now, I'm not in the future, I'm not in the past, I'm here with you now. And it feels good, Happens where a bird flies into the room while you're working on something and a lyric changes because of it, or these things happen. Or you're planning on doing something one way and then a weather condition or somebody not making it to the studio changes the plan and something new happens and unexpected, and something cool comes out of that.
More often than not, the best ideas emerge from the unexpected. This kind of spontaneity in nature often aligns with the way love enters our lives. It isn't planned or forced. It simply appears. Whether it's falling in love with a person, idea, place, or art form, love shows up when we least expect it.
Love is what we're always on the hunt for. And when I say that, it's in art. When we're making something, it's a search for love. Anything we make. And that feeling of falling in love with something happens when, if you've fallen in love in your life, it usually happens in an unexpected way. It's not like, today I'm gonna fall in love, and you go make it happen. It doesn't happen that way. It's you're surprised by love. And we experience that when we're making things all the time. Like we're toiling away on this thing we think we're making, and then all of a sudden love shows up in a different way. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it turns into something different. It's rare that it's premeditated.
Yeah.
I don't know that it can be, really, and be love.
Right.
It could be something else. But the love, there's some aspect of taking you by surprise. There's a book called A Course in Miracles, and the book is about there only being two things in the world, love and fear doesn't really exist. So all there really is love. Fear is like a false indicator in some way. If you feel it, it means you're not connecting to the love that's really there in place of that fear.
When met with the illusion of fear, we have two choices. We can cling to what's out of our control, or we can accept what is and move forward. Rick relates this idea to the Buddhist concept of dukkha, the idea that much of our suffering comes not from what happens, but from our resistance to it.
Stress is suffering, and there's a whole Buddhist concept about suffering, which is there is suffering, but you don't have to suffer. There's pain, and there really is pain, but the suffering part of it is something, you can have pain, but you don't have to suffer. You can accept. The suffering comes from some feeling that something's supposed to be different than the way it is. And if you accept the way it is, then there's no suffering. And you can't change what is. You can change how you deal with what is, but what is what is. I'll tell you a story about that, being a decision. I was in Hawaii. There are these centipedes that bite you, and if they bite you, it really hurts bad. It's kind of like a sting from a jellyfish. It doesn't kill you, but it really hurts, and it hurts for a long time. I was sleeping one night, and I brush my head. I'm like itchy, and I brush my head, and I feel incredible pain. And I wake my wife up, or I mean, she wakes up pretty quickly because I'm moving around. And I say, I think I was just stung by a centipede, and I have two choices. I can panic, which is what I've been programmed to do my whole life. Or I can just decide, okay, it's okay. And she said, maybe the second one's better. I said, okay, I'll do that. I can step back enough to see I can choose. And nothing is different in what happened. Same exact thing happened. And it already happened, I already got stung. So the idea of panicking, or like, you know, my house burned down with everything in it, I could, you know, have a fit and cry and be upset, or I can accept the fact this is what happened. Nothing I'm gonna do is gonna change that situation.
Right.
So it seems like there's a lot less pain involved if nothing's gonna change. Do you know what I'm saying? If I can't change the situation, to put a lot of energy into not changing it and making me feel bad, that doesn't seem like a good choice.
Yeah.
And I think just knowing we can choose, we can decide in the moment. When something bad happens, you can imagine like it's happening in a movie and think, okay, how is our hero gonna get out of this one? You know, because there's always another scene, you know, the movie goes on after the tragedy. There's always more happens. And often, and I've again just learned this from living a long time, that over the course of my life, when something that seems terrible happens, almost every time, maybe every single time, what happens in the wake of it is better than what was there.